Hello everyone, welcome to the Breathe class on Wednesday. Welcome to those watching on the recording. I'm Caroline, if you don't know me, and I teach the Thursday flow, a bit stronger, Thursday morning breathe, and menopause yoga now on a Tuesday night as well. So we're going to come to some breathing, obviously, some gentle, soft breathing. Please take it at your own pace, in your own way. If you need to pause at any point, knowing that you're really welcome to just be in the room, in the space with everybody. Welcome to come to lying down or to sitting. I'm going to guide you seated today just because that feels easy, a little easier for me today. And if you're coming to lying down, we're looking to have our lower back and our abdominal muscles as relaxed as they can be. So that means knees bent or perhaps legs extended and some support under your knees if you're lying down in bed or on the floor. So a couple of options there. As always, really welcome to come to a more relaxing or restful position if that doesn't, either of those doesn't feel comfortable. One of the reasons we have the knees a little bit raised or the feet flat on the floor is the deeper abdominal muscles and lower back is most at rest in that shape. So it's creating space here for our breath. If you're coming to sitting, making sure your hips, these iliac crests, these hip bones, are level with the knees or higher than. And that is very simply to allow your abdomen area again to have the freedom to move with your breath. So just taking a moment there to find your comfortable position. This is my comfortable position. It might well not be yours. So coming to kneeling, sitting on a chair, sitting cross-legged, whatever feels most comfortable and supportive for you in this moment, because it can often change from day to day, moment to moment. Wherever you are, beginning to encourage your shoulders just to soften, whether you're lying down towards the floor, towards the surface you're lying on. If you're sitting up, a sense of allowing your shoulders just to shrug down. And we're going to take a very short exercise just to see what our exhalation rate is, and then we'll try it at the end. It's not a test, it's not a competition in any way. We're going to begin to breathe in and out 2-3 times, and I'll guide you through this. And on the fourth time, as we breathe in, we'll breathe out and we'll count our exhalation. And we want our exhalation to be as strong, as slow as it possibly can. Just let Alicia in there. So it's a sense of almost if you had a feather under your nose, trying not to allow that feather to move, that kind of very soft flow out. And as you count, I'm going to invite you to count just to your mind. We're not going to use any timers or anything like that. And I like to use one banana. You might have another way of counting seconds, hopefully bring a smile to your face and a sense of softness to the jaw. So one banana is just one count. So taking your time to ensure you feel comfortable here where you are in your shape, taking a moment just to check in, adjust if you need to. And then beginning to breathe in and out through your nose. In and out through the nose softly. At this point, we're not trying to work with our breath in any way or manipulate it, just allowing it to freely flow. And when you are ready, taking perhaps a slightly longer or deeper inhalation through your nose. And then counting your exhalation. And as you breathe out through your nose, making it as soft and as slow as you possibly can. Coming back to a soft, easeful breath and just taking a mental note of that number. So that's our exhalation rate, as it were, in this moment. I'll explain a little bit more towards the end of our session. And we'll begin by relaxing into our jaw area. So you may like to begin by opening your mouth wide and sticking your tongue out. So it's almost if you're seated, you're trying to touch the floor. If you're lying down, you're trying to touch your toes. If it's helpful to take that more than once, please do. And then maybe you also begin to roll your tongue around the inside of your mouth. So pushing your tongue into one cheek, rolling your tongue around the upper lip, over to the other side. And you might like to change direction. Beginning to release through the lower facial muscles. And then in your own time, we're going to begin to make a sort of hoarse sound. I'll demonstrate briefly, breathing in through our nose. And breathing out through your mouth. So your exhalation might come a little through the nose, a little through the mouth. This is a technique to really begin to soften and release into the upper and lower jaw area. So taking your time, I realise it may feel a bit strange, a bit silly, hopefully making you smile. Breathing in through your nose. And breathing out. Taking around 4 to 6 rounds of this. Coming back to a sense of stillness, perhaps inviting your tongue to rest in the lower part of your mouth. And we're going to begin to massage through our neck area. So taking one hand, whether it's your fingers or your knuckles, and gently finding your sternocleidomastoid. I've now got the name correct. It's a good name for the muscles down the side of your neck. It's almost like a tubular bunch of muscles here. If you're lying down, you might be able to have your elbow on the floor or the surface beside you or on a pillow. If you're seated, it can be helpful just to support the elbow here. Running our hands, our fingers, our knuckles down this tube-like motion, and it's a gentle massage or kneading. So these are part of our secondary respiratory muscles that get very tight, whether we have been stressed, whether we have been sitting hunched, whether we have been using a laptop, a phone, whatever it might be. So we're beginning to soften into these muscles here, and you could begin to take the hand or the fingers all the way down towards the collarbone. It can become or feel a little bit tender here. So just being gentle, being mindful here. Resting your arm at any point. So we're freeing these muscles, easing into these muscles to support our breath. Working your way back up. You might like to take a little bit of a massage to the base of your skull on that side. And then if you would like to, gently squeezing your ear. So the earlobe all the way around to the top of your ear and back down again. And resting that side when you are ready. Take a moment to notice any changes, any difference between your two sides. So just taking a minute or two to release through the side. Perhaps your shoulders are dropped on that side. So already we're creating a little bit more space up here and freedom for the lungs to move as we inhale. And then we'll take that on the other side. So in your own time, finding the the tubular bunch here on this side. And I'm gently using my fingers to massage. You might want to use your knuckles, just working out a little technique that works for you as you ease into the side of your neck. Again, if you're seated, you may like to support your elbow. Bringing the massage, if you would like to, down towards your collarbone. So these muscles join in under the collarbone into the first two ribs. So possibility here of just easing into this area as well. Ribs obviously protecting our lungs and our heart. But these muscles that begin to insert into our ribs can obviously become tight, become stiff, which means our ribs are restricted in their movement as well. And therefore our lungs can't expand quite as much. So it's a sort of everything's connected sense. Maybe beginning to work your massage technique back up to the base of your neck, base of your skull. And then if you would like to, gently squeezing your earlobe. Just a very gentle squeeze around the cartilage of the ear. And when you're ready, allowing that arm, that hand to rest. So we've taken a bit of time to relax through our jaw, our lips, our facial muscles, our shoulders, and you may even find that your hands feel a sense of ease and softness now. And we're going to begin to focus again on our breath, breathing in and out through your nose, if that feels possible for you today. If at any point you feel the need to pause and take a deeper breath or a mouth breath, please know you're very welcome. Breathing in through our nose, so our nasal cavities can warm our breath, can humidify our breath, can cleanse and filter our breath, ready for our lungs to receive. If you feel your jaw tensing or tightening in any way, perhaps you can bring a soft smile to your face, which naturally relaxes the jaw area. And then maybe you begin to imagine your inhalation coming from the base of your spine, so from your root. Breathing in, imagining your breath travelling all the way up your spine, remembering your neck is part of your spine, so it's coming all the way to the base of your skull. And then as you exhale, a sense that your exhalation is travelling out from the crown of your head. Breathing in from the base. Inhalation travelling all the way to the base of your skull. And then exhalation, slow, soft, almost like a fountain of water coming from the crown of your head. As you begin to get used to this technique, perhaps your breath begins to slow down, and maybe you can encourage your inhalation to travel a little slower. So imagining your inhalation traveling up vertebrae by vertebrae. And as you exhale, perhaps there's that sense of flowing water, a fountain idea of it almost being never ending, beginning to lengthen your exhalation as well. Perhaps checking in with your shoulders, your jaw area, encouraging them to remain soft, restful. And as your breath travels up your spine, can you also bring your focus to the back of your body? Feeling your inhalation moving the back of your ribs. Almost a sense of your breath moving into the back of your lungs. Your breath travelling up your spine, up the back of your body, towards the base of your skull, and exhaling from the crown of your head. I'm going to be here for another 4 rounds in your own time, at your own pace. Still focusing on the back of your body, the back of your lungs. And when you are ready, beginning to take perhaps a slightly longer or deeper inhalation and counting a very slow exhalation once again. Maybe you use the 1 banana count again, 2 banana, 3 banana. As you exhale through the nose, as if you're trying to not move a feather that's sitting just below your nose. So very soft, very subtle exhalation. own time, coming back to a soft, easeful inhalation and exhalation. Taking a moment to notice how you feel right now, how your physical body feels, perhaps how your breath feels, and also how you feel in your mind. Is there a sense of stillness, perhaps a sense of calm? If your eyes are closed, you might like to gently rub your hands together, keeping or feeling the warmth between your hands and placing your hands gently on your eyelids, allowing your eyes to gently open, allowing a little bit of light softly to filter in. And when you're ready, taking your hands and releasing your arms. So you may have found your count was a little bit higher at the end of our breathing practice today. And it simply signals that your body, your mind and your body is feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more ease, a bit more into the rest and digest side of our nervous system. So we often wear our feelings, our tension in the body on our face, then our shoulders. We can hunch up, we can have a tight jaw. So taking a little bit of time today to relax into this upper body area, because our physiology, how we feel in our body physically, affects how we feel psychologically, and that's all interlinked with the breath. So whilst we were easing any tension or stress or tightness in the upper body, we were also creating space, or a little bit more space, for our breath, that sense of softness and ease, so we can breathe and feel like there's an ease to our breath and come into the rest and digest side of the nervous system.